Yes, yes. I'm gonna do a little story time about my puking on a plane in a minute. But let's just start off with where I am at the minute. I'm actually in front of my old school, my old secondary school, which is very central, just by the main street, main pedestrian area, the Piotrkowska, where I was just a few minutes ago, and I walked here. So that's quite another story that I'm going to tell maybe some other time. But in short, there's a lovely park there. It's very central here, and it's got a swimming pool, or used to have. There are very nice Greek sculptures in the park, and inside the building, it's an old historical building. There are some Greek sculptures, or at least used to be. And actually, the only one and only reason why I chose to come to this school was because of the location and the building and just the beauty of the sculptures inside and the building itself and the location. And then, lo and behold, year and a half in out of 4 years of this secondary education as we have in Poland, we found out that we're going to actually change the location, because this lovely, beautiful architecture pearl is going under renovation, and it's not going to be finished until we graduate. So I was like, oh no, fudge that, honestly, like fudge that, I'm not going. Well, I think I managed a few months in the other location, which was a total asshole. But yeah, I know people and all, but honestly, it was just location for me. And then I went to another secondary school, which actually wasn't fantastic location, but it was supposed to be the best one. So I thought, okay, what the hell, I'll just go to the other one. And then I also wanted to go to a third one in a row, but just didn't have enough time, because it's only 4 years for secondary school in Poland. Actually, good is 4 years, because that was 4 years too long from my perspective. Yeah, honestly, we would definitely not go back to any of it. I know people love the secondary school experience, but for myself, it was honestly the worst 4 years of my life. Not because of the people, obviously, but the teachers. All of the teachers, I would say, in both institutions were just horrible. Maybe not in this one. In this one there were quite a few, maybe a few nice ones, but in the other one I wouldn't say so. So definitely don't have any melancholy feelings at all. Definitely would not go back to the secondary school experience at all. And yeah, that is my perspective. And now the lovely park. So yes, I've decided I'm actually going to stay in this location. So yes, my lovely old school, my first secondary school, as I mentioned. And then one of too many. Seriously, definitely not missing that time. And yeah, so about my puking on a plane, I don't care if it's interesting or not. I thought it was quite funny, so for myself I thought I'm gonna make a video to remember what happened, because it was my first time ever puking on a plane. I saw it on films, like, you know, the American movies, and the stewardess just rushes. The stewardess rushes with the little baggie, little paper, breathing a bag experience. And I thought, like, oh, is it even real? Do people ever puke on a plane? Do they really? And it turns out some do, I suppose. I don't know if many. I don't know if they had somebody going to school, probably. Oh, they're just going to school now. Good for them. It's already renovated. Yeah, it's good for them. So yeah, I got on a plane. Already when I got to the airport, I was a bit kind of queasy, because I had a bit of migraine after not sleeping whole night, since it was very, very early morning flight, 6 a.m. flight. So I had to leave from Brighton at 2 a.m. by car to drive there for 4 a.m. But fortunately I managed to, well, I was a bit worried that I'm not gonna wake up on time, even though I set 2 alarm clocks, but I thought, oh, don't want to miss the time, don't want to miss the flight. So I didn't really manage to sleep at all. Maybe I just had like a wink for half an hour, and that was it really. I kind of lay on the bed, I closed my eyes, but well, I don't think I got much more than like half an hour or an hour. Oh yeah, let's look at the beautiful sunshine. And then okay, so I got to the airport. I wanted to go through the shops really, to do some extra last minute shopping, get some newspapers, magazines, maybe get a coffee, maybe even like sandwich, maybe some breakfast. I went to Stansted Airport, it's quite big. It was quite busy at 4 a.m. There were so many people, and all the shops were open already. So I'm like, what is this? What time is it? People are sleeping in the wait, and they all up. By the way, people who work at the airport all night, it's like, I don't know, New York Times Square maybe. I've never been there, but that's my comparison. It was really busy, like millions of people obviously going on holiday. Maybe not millions, but like definitely, I don't know, a lot. Like full, airport was full, all the shops open, 4 a.m. and I'm like almost only opened my eyes, kind of only break of day, like wasn't even break of day at 4. It was beginning, the sun was beginning to rise. It was kind of getting a bit brighter, but it wasn't even the daytime yet. So I got to the airport, busy, and I just sat down. I was a bit queasy. I had this migraine, and when I have a migraine I feel sick always, and I have to throw up to get rid of it. Usually nothing else helps. So I just sat there and I was watching people just walk all around me, all the busy shops and all. I was trying to get a quiet moment. I had like an hour before the gates open, so I'm like, oh my god, watching these boards, like it's like, why even am I here already? Like why it's not even open? There's another hour before they tell you which gate to go to, and you just look at the board and it says relax. We tell you at 5:05 where to go, and I'm like, okay, relax, great. How can I relax if I have this bleeding headache and my head is gonna split in two in a minute, and then I'm gonna also probably throw up. Didn't want to throw up in the airport toilets because I thought that would be a bit disgusting. People from all over the place go there. Who knows who was there just before me? So like, who knows from where, like in the wet, and who, hygiene, what they brought with them. I was just not going into details. So I thought, no, that would be disgusting. Well, I'm not gonna puke in a bag in the airport, but because that would be, with the crowds of people sitting next to me, that would be even worse. So I thought, okay, maybe I'm just gonna persevere. Maybe it's gonna be fine. Maybe nothing's gonna happen. It's gonna go away. I was thinking of getting some painkillers, but then honestly, I was like not feeling even good enough to get up and walk to the shops to get it. So I'm like, no. Fudge it. I'm not gonna swear. Fudge it, and I'm gonna just sit and suffer. So and then I get on a plane, and I'm not feeling very comfortable, but I thought I'm just gonna have a nap, 2-hour nap. So I'm gonna get some shut eye, get fresh, ready, beautiful for landing. So I put my put the earplugs in my ears and a sleeping mask on, and I was about to nod off, and before it took off, it was kind of driving like a bus for literally 15 minutes all over the airport, all around and round and round, turning and going like a bus before I suppose it achieved the perfect location for takeoff. Probably, that's one spot. And before they got to the place, it was driving like a bus, and I was feeling a bit but I thought it's okay. And then we started taking off, and while we were taking off, I just felt like that's it, I cannot hold it anymore, and I started puking into the plastic cosmetics baggie that they give you at the airport for free. Fortunately, I just had some extra in my pocket, so I wasn't puking in my cosmetics. I just had a few extra I took just in case in my pocket. I managed to whip it out and puke a bit, and then one of the stewardesses, bless her, or should I say flight attendants, just saw me because I was just in the beginning of a plane, front row, almost the first one, actually the third one, which was, I suppose, too far. The first or second row, that's it, because then it's the mayhem starts past the third row. So she was good enough to just get up, even though it was like put the seatbelt on sign was on, and it was total takeoff, but she managed to get up, fight the law of gravity, and she just got to me, gave me the baggie, gave me the plastic baggie, gave me the paper baggie, gave me lots of like tissue, with this face like, oh, you poor you, go on, help yourself. And I'm like, okay, thank you. So that was helpful. So I finished off my puking in a baggie, and then it was horrible. I just got all like, sweaty and disgusting. Puking sitting up. I'd never experienced that ever. Maybe with your head down the toilet after a big one out, that's different, but just puking sitting up, that is completely different experience while the plane is climbing up, taking off. But then I finished with that one, and then maybe another 20 minutes into the flight, I felt like the urge to do it again. So I had the baggie, I did it again, and the plastic baggie she gave me, and then it was full. Almost, so I got rid of it, and I was left with the paper baggie she gave me. And the paper baggie they give us to breathe in the bag, like in the movies, it's got plastic lining inside. So I thought, okay, I'll just keep it that one in case nothing's gonna happen. Probably it's okay, maybe I'm done now, but it's okay, it's got plastic lining, it's gonna be fine. However, so I kind of suffered for the rest of the flight. It's very short flight, actually, 2 hours, so it's almost nothing, 2-hour flight. But when we were landing and it started lowering the altitude, I felt a bit queasy again, but I thought, it's okay, I'm gonna hold it in for another 20 minutes. We're gonna be touching down in 10. And then we already touched down, and it was already going like the bus through the airport, running on the runway. And then I had to puke the third time, actually, in the paper baggie, just like 5 minutes before we were stopping completely and getting off the plane. So the paper baggie soaked, because actually it was paper. No, it wasn't plastic enough, it was paper. And everybody's just getting their suitcases from the lockers. I'm getting mine, and I see that it's sipping through on the seat. So I felt like, oh, poor stewardesses, flight attendants, they will have to clean it after me. And it's like disgusting. It's not like a nightclub. They used to cleaning puke off seats, probably. So I asked her again, she gave me some more tissue and another plastic baggie, and I managed to just clean after myself before I left. Just like the last few minutes, I managed to do it before the crowd of people just started pushing, as they do with their suitcases on my back, like, get out, they're rushing so much always, like, they can't wait. So I just managed before they ran all over me. And that's it, we left the plane. And I got off. The minute I got off, I suppose I relieved all the tension in my head, and I lost the headache. And they let me through the border, even though the guy at the border was looking at my passport. The customs officer was a bit suspicious. He had a bit of a suspicious look on his face, and I was like, oh, are you not gonna let me in? But he smiled, and he did eventually. So I am here now, and the weather is beautiful, and I'm gonna just continue with my coffee and finish off my morning walk. And that was my story for today. Okay, so here, full blue skies. I'm in the center. I walked a little bit from my school back to the center, and then I was there by the unicorn stable earlier, and now I'm a bit further down. I should get a gimbal ready for these videos. I left one in Brighton. I couldn't find it when I was packing, and now I suppose I need to get another one here. Otherwise I just have to stand in one spot, cannot really walk, so it's not too shaky. Here we've got the central shopping centre. It's called Galeria Łódzka, which means shopping centre, in which they are always called galerias in Poland for some reason, which I've always thought was a bit funny. Why are they called galerias? Because it means gallery. So gallery is for paintings and art, and it's not a shopping mall gallery, but in Poland they are called galleries. I don't know, because the shops and walking inside it is like looking at, I don't know, at the exhibitions of shop windows. I don't know, I never understood why, but that's what they are called in here. And yes, it's beautiful blue sky as we see. Very, very excited still. I'll probably have to go home, have some breakfast, since I haven't had any yet today. I just set off early on to just take advantage of this glorious, glorious weather. It's beautiful. Maybe I'm not gonna go inside the shopping center now, because I'm just gonna go back. And yeah, just wanted to get a glimpse of this beautiful skies again, people rushing to work again. I'm so happy I've got a day off. However, tomorrow morning I will have to do some work myself. Definitely not looking forward to it, but hey, gotta make some money. Alright then, that's it.